So what's up? This is Mike from Random RC. Sorry I haven't been around for a little bit. I've been trying to take care of some stuff at home and get my yard and other projects and stuff taken care of. But anyway, I'm back doing a solo run today. This is probably going to be video one of maybe a 2 to 3 part video. Looking at the Rovan today. If you guys watched the last video we had out with the Rovan in it, it did go off the Superman jump. It actually survived that. Got my dog here, she came to visit. It survived the Superman jump, however, did have some issues with it, and I didn't recognize it before it hit the jump. So the ramp itself did not hurt it, but it hurt the ramp. So what we got going on here is, well, we had talked about the chassis brace prior to. I'd shown you guys the chassis brace on the bottom side. I think that saved this one, but what appeared to have happened just off of initial observations, because I literally have not done anything with this rig since that day. I looked at it and went, yep, chassis bent, and I haven't touched it. But initial observation, it would appear as though the screws fell out of the bottom. I lost 2, maybe 3 screws on the bottom side of that front chassis, right there at that weak point, and which caused the chassis to bend when I hit the ground. It was acting kind of funny. It kept wanting to nose down all day, and I should have stopped and looked at the truck, so this is probably my fault more than it is anything. I did notice on one of our little plastic ramps, the black ones you guys have seen in our videos, there's a big gouge in it where one of the screw heads, I've got one of them right here actually, where actually I do believe it was this one here. You can see this screw head here actually had a bunch of plastic built up on it from that ramp, which tells me that prior to me ever hitting that Superman ramp, that it was already messed up. So this truck is every bit as strong as the low C's. You know, if anybody's on the edge of going, I really want one of these trucks, but I can't afford the low C, I have had nothing but, as far as strength-wise, this has been a really good truck. There's been a few issues, as you guys know. It took a swim, burn out some servos, whatnot. All operator error. It really has been a good truck. So if you guys are on the edge, you don't know whether to go this route or save up the extra, $600-700 and buy the low C. It's up to you, really. But I would not be afraid to buy this truck. It's a good truck. I mean, it's strong. All the low C parts fit it. You know, it is what it is. It's a good truck. So anyway, getting away from that, back to why we're here today. Yeah, all that plastic that had built up on this screw was from it gouging as it hit the ramp from the suspension dropping down, and that was hanging, and it kept causing it to nose down. So had I noticed it before, probably wouldn't have bent the chassis. But I do believe the chassis was bent prior to it hitting the Superman ramp, because it literally busted the Superman ramp. But it did make it. Nothing actually hurt it. It didn't land real good, but it was fine. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go through, I'm going to run through, because I haven't even taken the lid off of this truck, other than to just turn it off. So we're going to run through today of what it looks like and whatnot, and assess the damages. And then we're going to, in probably the next part, I'm going to tear it down, and then I'm going to go through diffs and do all that stuff, and get the grease that's in these from what I hear, because I haven't checked these diffs out. Get the grease out of them, put silicone diff oil in them, and go from there and see what we got on the inside of this thing. I've seen some other videos on YouTube with people tearing them down and whatnot. They look just like the low C ones, so but you know, we're not gonna. I'm gonna do probably a lot of it off camera, and then just show you guys the highlights. So nothing major. For those of you that are maybe just tuning in the very first time and have never seen the size of these fifth scale rigs, I have here my 10th scale slash. Got my 10th scale slash. That Traxxas, you know, pretty decent sized truck. Basically the same rig as the 10th scale, or as the 5th scale Rovan. And as you can see, it tends to dwarf it. So they are a big truck. A lot of people say these are closer to a quarter scale, which in all reality, you know, quarter scale trucks are pretty big. And the reason these are so big is the life size or the full size stadium trucks like this, they're huge. So this really is only 5th scale, but those trucks are enormous in real life. Which this is real life too, but you know, this is a toy, high performance toy. So that's why these are so big, and that's why they're also rather expensive, because the parts are big. But yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it here, and then I'm gonna get up a little bit closer with the camera and assess the damage.